All right, guys, listen to this. There is a 97% chance you are being treated for a disease you don't actually have. Here with more, Dr. Stephen Wander and Amanda Wander. Good morning, you two.
Good morning.
All right, there's enough actual sick people, but we don't need to be one of those if we don't actually have it. So what are maybe things we should be looking for?
Well, like you said, 90 to 97% of women diagnosed with low thyroid don't have that. So if you have the wrong diagnosis, how are you going to have the right treatment plan?
Yeah.
So women need to get tested to see A, if they actually have a thyroid issue, or B, if they have this other issue, which is an autoimmune disease which attacks the thyroid.
Okay. So what are maybe we're having some kind of symptoms. What are something we should be looking for?
Absolutely. So one of them is going to be weight gain, excessive weight gain despite a healthy diet or exercise. There is a great program that one of our patients told us about, Boomerang, where extreme fatigue, so she'd go into work and she would get all of her emails in the morning set up and ready to go, and she would time them out throughout the day so her boss would think that she was working and being productive. Moodiness, where you might not see that yourself, but your significant other or your children might notice that. And lastly, and it might be a little bit vain, but hair. Women with their hair, it's their crown. So people, they're experiencing either thinning, hair thinning, or even hair loss. And while my daughter likes to think of this as her Elsa
oh, we love
hair,
that.
Some women actually have to wear this every day.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're having a couple of those symptoms, Doc, that's when you say, go in, hey, this is what I'm experiencing, what test should I take, or what do you tell people? So,
you know, testing is the key. Most women tested, they just have one thyroid marker tested, TSH, or perhaps maybe they'll get T3 or T4 tested, but there's total 11 thyroid markers.
Whoa.
And so most treatment is just to treat what is happening with the TSH, which is either levothyroxine or Synthroid, which is the #1 prescribed drug in America, 23 million a month. And so I originally got interested in this because my grandmother had this disease, and you know, we went out to lunch and the first thing she did, she put out 13 pills, and I was like,
oh my gosh,
what could all those pills possibly be for? And she's like, well, the first one's for my thyroid, the second one's for my sugar, the third one's for my pressure, fourth one's for my cholesterol. And to me, even at 13, that didn't make any sense. And here's the problem now. Even when women get the proper diagnosis, the treatment plan doesn't change. So we always recommend that either A, if you've been diagnosed with a thyroid disease, or B, maybe if you're having some of those symptoms that Amanda mentioned and maybe not even diagnosed, that you really need to find someone who knows how to properly test you. So that is A to see, do you have that autoimmune issue? Any problems with your gut is typically done with a stool test, testing your hormones, food sensitivities, cardiovascular. There's a lot of different tests that need to be done, and then you must build a treatment program from the ground up, specifically for the individual.
For the person,
which is the only way to help them.
All right, lots more to talk about on this topic, but let me give out the good information if you guys would like to learn more. He also has a book, It's Not You, It's Your Thyroid. Good title, I like that. For more, go online, thyroiddinner.com.